Good afternoon and happy Monday. It is Stick and Hack Reacts. I'm Adam Grubb from an undisclosed location in the world. Not in the typical Stick and Hack studios, but I'm not going to tell you where I'm at because I'm going to have a bunch of fans here wanting to handle the family vacation with me, and I can't have that, Keith. Keith Stewart from ESPN Radio in New York joins me here, as he always does, for this week's Stick and Hack Reacts, where we look at everything that happened, or three things, actually, specifically, that happened over the weekend and into the week for the PGA and LPGA, and we react to them. Keith, first of all, good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Pleasure to be with you this fine Monday lunchtime, Adam.
Awesome. So, number one, first reaction, Rory Mcilroy wins his 20th PGA event of his career. CJ Cup at the Summit in Las Vegas. Rory and Morikawa and Ricky Fowler, a name that we had forgotten for a bit in the hunt here on the final day yesterday, and a good back nine. Anything could have happened. There was only a couple strokes in between all of them. Morikawa fired a 62 and still somehow lost by a shot. Nonetheless, Rory comes out, gets his victory, his 20th. That's a milestone victory. Your reaction?
I thought Lee Janzen won that tournament. Didn't you watch the coverage? Right? I thought it was Lee Janzen in a playoff. What are you talking about? Rory Mcilroy and Ricky Fowler. I mean, those are the biggest names in golf. Why wouldn't they be on TV?
Well, because we were watching the Cowboy and Lee Janzen duel it out in a playoff in the senior tour. That's why.
Oh, PGA Tour Champions was on.
Yes.
Oh, wait, didn't you say that Morikawa was in the process of shooting 62? Rory was in the process of winning his 20th PGA Tour title.
All these are facts. Yes. But I want to see a two-time 1990s major winner. I would much rather see him and the Cowboy, Miguel Angel Jimenez, than I would to see the top three fighting it out in the PGA Tour. So luckily, I got my wish yesterday. Most people didn't, however, on golf Twitter, as they were incensed, as they typically are week after week, about some sort of bonehead coverage move from the Golf Channel, NBC, the PGA. Doesn't matter. They can't catch a break. They can't make the right decision. They are in the pits of the earth right now for most golf fans because they don't show the actual golf that people care about, Keith. That's my reaction to that. Does anybody care that Rory even won? Or are we just going to talk about the ratings and the brass at the PGA? Keith, you fired me up here on vacation. Come on, baby.
What kills me is that they always do that stupid playing through thing where they have a commercial and then they also have like the split screen, or when they're doing Ryder Cup coverage, they've got the 7th hole and the 4th hole. They got two like key putts going on, right? They couldn't do that yesterday. No. You got Rory Mcilroy playing golf against Ricky Fowler in the final group.
You've got Lee Janzen. Okay, he's a U.S. Open winner in 1998. You got him out there firing sticks. You got Lee Janzen. All right, Rory won his 20th. We're all very excited. Thumbs up. What the hell's the reaction here, Keith? What is the reaction? I mean, are we reacting to? Let's just ask the actual question. Are we reacting today to Rory winning his 20th and his second of the calendar year, or the PGA year, his first, or the wraparound season? Who cares? Or are we reacting to the fact that Golf Channel and the PGA messed up yet again and gave coverage of something that nobody really cared about yesterday afternoon?
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it's pretty obvious what we've been discussing up until this point. So I'm going to give the coverage a thumbs down, but I'm going to give Rory Mcilroy 2 thumbs up. To sum it up, and the reason I give it 2 thumbs up is that the press conference following with Kira Dixon, when he said, "Hey," he goes, "I just got to start being me more. You know, I got to keep it simple. I got to simplify things." You look at his camp. He's brought in Bob Rotella, the head game specialist in golf. He has Brad Faxon fixing his putting. Obviously that work's paid off. He was #1 in putting this week. And, certainly he's got Pete Cowan working on his golf swing. So 2 big thumbs up for Rory. Obviously a very emotional moment with that interview at the end of the Ryder Cup. Yeah. And it seems like, you know what? He's had some time to meditate and, look inside himself. And obviously all things point towards a big year from Rory because 128 on the weekend, 62, 66 is pretty impressive. And yesterday he looked like he could have gone as deep as he wanted to go. But, once he made that eagle on 14, he was pretty much on cruise control. So he's back in the top 10 in the world. He's now 8th, down from 14th. It's his 20th career win. Lifetime PGA Tour member. No worries, man. Let's roll.
There's a good chance Rory also took the last couple weeks since the Ryder Cup to catch up on coursework by stick and hack and get himself some lessons and came out firing over the weekend. So that is a potential.
Yeah.
That's a shameless plug, and I don't care, Keith. That's what I do. That's my literal job. Reaction number 2, J.R. Smith. He's a 2-time NBA champion and now apparently a freshman golfer at North Carolina. For those of you who aren't following that story, Keith, it is the heartwarming story of the year. It's also confusing for some to think of a 2-time NBA champion going back to his freshman year and playing collegiate golf. Is this Michael Jordan all over again, or is this something bigger?
It's definitely something bigger. And there's a little bit of backstory here. J.R. Smith's from New Jersey, where I live and where I'm from. He got drafted straight out of high school in 2004. So it's not like he went to college and used any of his eligibility. So when he got done playing basketball after, I think it was 18 seasons or something like that, and 2 NBA titles, roughly $90 million in career earnings, he decided he wanted to go back to school. So he's going to North Carolina A&T, and he wants to be a Division I college golfer. And when this story first broke over the summer, I thought, like, man, J.R. Smith was kind of a knucklehead in the NBA at times. He spoke out about a lot of different things, and I don't know that he was quite like Kyrie in the flat Earth theory, but at times, he was definitely out there on some of the things he was doing. But I tell you, I cover this story every week on the Pro Show, on my radio show, because it is the greatest story. At first, I was covering it almost to mock it, but I'm telling you, week in and week out, if you follow him on Twitter, he engages with the other students at the university. He engages with everybody. He's super positive. He's going to class. I mean, you're 100% right. I don't have enough thumbs to put up in order to tell you that this is just one of the great stories. I mean, imagine this parallel, Adam. October 11th, 2020, he's in the bubble, and he wins the NBA championship with the LA Lakers. October 11th, 2021, he's on the bus going for 36 holes in the first day of his collegiate tournament down there at the Elon Invitational last week. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the guy played his heart out. Now, did he play as good as you wanted to? No, he shot 83, 78, and then the next day they came back, 54-hole tournament, he shoots 79. But his first ever collegiate tournament, I mean, this guy's going to shoot par or better at some point, because if you look at the video of his golf swing, over the 3 rounds, I think he made 4 birdies. I mean, the guy can play golf. And, I just think it's such a cool story about, there's this huge surge in golf. And it's coming from all different angles. There's more women, there's more juniors, there's more seniors playing, there's more, cats and dogs playing. Everybody's playing. But to get a guy who's, worth $100 million to come out and go to school to play, I just think it's super positive, and I can't promote it enough. I love the story.
And this isn't he's not trying to become pro here. He's not doing what some of the ex-athletes have done, where they've come in and they've tried to hit the pro ranks, because an 83, 78 or whatever isn't pro material. It's stick and hack material for sure, but it's not pro material. But as a first collegiate golfer, that's what you're anticipating and expecting. But more importantly, he's just showing how golf is as important today in his life as it has been over the last 20 years, where he couldn't play as much as he wanted to in a competitive sense. But golf is still in his blood, and so he's like, hey, I'm going to go get a school, and I'm going to go play golf. I'm going to do something fun. But imagine being on that bus as a sophomore or junior, senior of North Carolina A&T, and look over and just say, hey, what was it like to win NBA championships? Also, you're 5th on the roster here of the squad. I think it's awesome, Keith. You're right. It is a great story. If you don't know it, look it up and start to follow it. Follow him on Twitter, because it's a really, really awesome, heartwarming story, and just shows the love for golf that everybody has, no matter their situation in life. Let's move to reaction number 3, Keith, and that is your boy Phil Mickelson making some waves last week. After he won, I think 100% of all of his champion tour events that he's participated in, he came out last week with a new ruling from the USGA saying that they would limit the length of the driver shaft to 46 inches. If I have that right, that's a miracle, Keith. Do I have that right?
Well, somewhat. It's not just the driver, but the longest club in your bag, excluding the putter, can be 46 inches. So
right.
If you wanted to have like a 50-inch 3-wood, or you were Bryson and you wanted like a 70-inch pitching wedge, then you can't do that anymore.
All right. Well, and that affects a very limited amount of people on the earth that they even care about that. However, it did affect Phil, and it affected Phil so much to where he, I don't want to say threatened, but he intimated that he might just go over to another league if this is how they're going to run their shop. I'll just take my business elsewhere. Am I spot on with that, or is that over exaggeration?
No, actually, I don't think it's an over exaggeration, which is very
Shocking.
unique moment for you, interestingly enough. But two big thumbs down for Phil on this reaction. Probably two big thumbs down for the USGA and RNA, because they're trying to make news about something that really isn't news. It doesn't really affect anyone in golf. More along the lines, it just creates negative conversations around the game. And, Rory winning, Lee Jansen winning, of course, J.R. Smith playing golf. These are all great positive stories. Ricky Fowler's comeback. There's all sorts of positivity around the game, and this is just kind of a nonsense rule. I think Phil's just using it as a stepping stone, because the rumors are around the golf media ranks is that, Phil's being more than heavily recruited with like a 9-digit number to go to the PGL, that Premier Golf League. And if he does that, who he will recruit and how that will go. So I think he's just trying to distance himself a little bit and say, hey, I just don't agree with you guys, so I'm going to go take my, my golf clubs and go play elsewhere. So with all the positivity that's going on in the game, this is kind of a negative story. So I'm thumbs down on it, Adam.
Yeah, me too. Thumbs down all the way around. Thumbs down. And I think you're right. It's a good point. They're trying to make news of it, and that there's this massive rule change that will affect people. And then when you really dig into it, I mean, I wouldn't. My driver length could be 40 feet or it could be 9 inches. I have absolutely no idea. I know that it goes right. I know that. That's a fact. But I'm not sure the length of the actual clubs themselves. However, I think Phil also is coming out saying that he's going to move to the PGL, which he's really one of the only, or he could move to the PGL, the Premier Golf League. And if you don't know much about that, look it up. It's a crazy new kind of XFL type league that's trying to bring players over in a very unique sense and take away from the PGA and the PGA Tour rather specifically. So I think it is Phil being Phil a little bit. I think he's he's 51. What are we doing here? Just continue to play golf, continue to win your tournaments, make great videos, make great TikToks, give thumbs up, and right off in the sunset as any professional player, golfer of your stature should. And hopefully he takes my advice and changes his tune, which I'm sure he's listening and says, "Oh, my fault, Adam. My apologies. You're right. I should look at that." Keith Stewart, is there any other reaction, any bonus reacts here on a Monday? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm in an undisclosed location somewhere deep in a forest. I've not had my pulse on life here the last couple of days. Hopefully, you are keeping your ear to the grindstone there and working us out with all of our golf news. Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Burt Reynolds to walk up in the background there for sure. That setting. But
if that happens, we got bigger issues.
I think you do. But with all that being said, shameless plug number 2. I think J.R. Smith needs to attend our academy tomorrow that I'm hosting, and we're going to talk a little bit about the short game. So, folks, if you're listening to this, I'm not all just good looks and the voice. I am a PGA professional, and we're going to do a little teaching tomorrow. We're going to have a ton of fun. So tune in for that for sure. And, of course, as always, Adam, I've enjoyed the grub for this Monday lunch.
Keith Stewart from ESPN Radio New York and host of The Pro Show, as well as host of tomorrow's coursework. Go to coursework.stickandhack.com for more information on the course that is free for you and help your game. I'm Adam Grubb for Stick and Hack. Enjoy your day and enjoy your week. We'll talk to you later.